Hello again. Today I would like to share two more journals that I have been working on this past year. This one, as you can see, I started in late 2015 when I made this book, really working by the seat of my pants. I had no idea what a junk journal was supposed to be comprised of, but this is what I made. I worked on it on and off in 2016 and on and off in 2017, and I plan to work some more in 2018, primarily because I just do enjoy picking up this book when my muse moves me. As you can see, this was an on sale binder, and I embellished the cover. Some of you might have remembered seeing her. She was my very first attempt when I started to do mixed media, and she's close to my heart because, well, she epitomizes nothing ventured, nothing gained. So during this year, I added some to this journal. I practiced some doodling, and I have to say that doodling was something that I had to teach myself. It's not something that came easily to me, and as you can see by looking at this one, that this was a practice piece, and I did learn so much. One thing, of course, about not using that heavy Sharpie marker. It's just a little too strong. This one was one of the first things I did here in June 2015. Then I worked some more in 2016. But this year, I did some experimenting, adding of collage pieces, and then using the featured colors from these collage pieces to fill in the background, to see what I could make using the colors that spoke to me from this piece. So this was one experiment. And here was another. These were my collage pieces, and this was from the original page. So here I added paints, acrylic paints, mostly using my finger. I'm anxious to get back to these pages in the year to come. This one, I think, is my favorite. I have my collage pieces on here, and I just enjoyed putting color on this page. I remember doing it. I remember putting my fingerprints on it. It was great fun in the doing. More to come. I just love that background. Something right here. Maybe one of my girls in this area. Next, I remembered that I did have a big box of washi tape, and I started applying washi to this heavy weight watercolor paper. So now this paper is ready for more embellishment. Here is the background that was on the original sheet, and here's a girl practice. I wanted to try to change face configuration a little bit, and I did enjoy practicing here, and as I see, I used colored pencils. Probably shortly after figuring out that colored pencils were really wonderful for adding color and at the same time allowing for control. There she is. In the back section, a combination of a painted paper of my own with some washi tape and stamping. This was great fun doing, and it certainly lent itself nicely to being in this junk journal. As you can see, there are many, many pages just waiting to be enjoyed, and I'm sure you can tell why I am one of those persons that just because the year has changed, I don't, oh my, isn't that pretty? I don't tuck this journal away. I have intentions of getting back to it because my horizons have expanded a little bit this year, and I'm hoping to utilize these spaces that are waiting for me. So this was one of my ongoing projects from 2017, and it will certainly be continuing into 2018. This was definitely a 2017 idea. My daily collage practice. I found this book practically for free, and I did like the grid paper, so I decided to turn it, and I do like them when they have this black binding on them. For some reason, that draws me to a notebook. I picked out some of my large pieces of collage that I really enjoy, and I used that on the front, some more on the back. There's certainly more space and area that can be worked on, both on the front and back. My goal when working in this journal is to leave white paper, leave negative space, and use it as part of the piece. This was an idea that I received from a life book lesson this year called Bloom into Collage, and my absolute favorite things: books, writing, paintbrushes, a girl, and another book. When I started, I was very sparing, as you can see, with my collage pieces. I added some gelato for color and a little bit of journaling. These sheets are glued together to give them a little heft. And I realized that this was my learning experience because this bled through onto this page because it is a single sheet, the only one in this journal. But there's nothing more enjoyable than learning by doing. These were two favorite pieces of collage of mine, so I decided to forgive myself for the boo-boo and use them on these two pieces. I noticed that, probably unconsciously, I have been using color themes, more gelatos. Wow, all of this empty space. This was quite difficult to do. But, there again, art is such an ongoing process of learning that I remembered here again. I seem to have a thing about forgetting periodically about my washies, and how they lent themselves to this page. Learning by doing again. And then the expansion urge started to enter along around this area. Here we have the gelatos and the washi. Of course, the collage. And here we go. A little pen and ink crept in. And oh my, what fun that was in the doing. Lots more pieces. Some pen. Some gelato. Yes, some gelato. And I do love elephants, and this was a favorite of mine, and I decided that this book would be just about a perfect place for this lovely, lovely elephant. And now the True Carol is starting to enter into the combo. Fall, some pieces of collage. This is tissue paper, believe it or not. And all of a sudden, stencils. And I love them, and I'm happy that I did it. But quite a difference, quite an evolution from here to here. But one must follow the muse. More color embellishment. Some of my favorite leaf stencils. A new, in fact, a brand new arrow stencil. Do like this pen and ink and watercolor in this collage piece. Now, the sky's the limit. Washi. Collage bits. A gifted tag from 2014, because it's marked, labeled on the back. Stenciling. Sometimes it just takes color to bring joy. And yes, color and joy on this page. And here might be my favorite. I got back to being a little bit monochromatic again. But such a difference. These are pieces of tissue that I've been hoarding, and I decided this was the time to grow up and use them. A stamp that I liked so much. Some metallic paint acrylic in my stencil. And I'm evolving, and I'm really starting to see where I want to be with this journal. And on this one, I decided to get back to doing some of my cursive handwriting that I taught in elementary school. This is a piece of jelly print paper that I did when I was learning to jelly print, and then I proceeded to go on to other things, and I'm looking right up, raising my eyes and looking right up now to the box that has the jelly plates in it, and those puppies are coming out this year, because this is a wonderful effect. And who can resist art tools? I certainly can't. My last, I believe, yes, is this one, in which I went back to my stenciling strong colors. This is a lovely piece of an index card that I had worked on years ago. This was leftover paint, and this one was, this one, back to the jelly print paper, and this is from one of my needlepoint magazines, and isn't she lovely? So this has many remembrances for me, but in 2018 I will be hopefully finishing this journal, and going on because I think I found Carol in this journal. If you have enjoyed this 2017 share, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Bye now.